So, it's come to my attention that Apex Season 14 is coming up in the next 4 days. And with that being said, we're having a whole myriad of changes coming to the game. And we're going to go through all of them, and it's going to take a minute because there's a lot to go through. So first up, we're going to talk about the brand new legend coming to the game, Vantage, and all she can do. Pause right now if you'd like to read what she does. I'll put them up on screen for you. So the first thing we can see in the trailer is Spotter's Lens being shown off, which basically there's a blue dot right on the center of your screen where you're aiming at, which will show you where a bullet's going to land. Now, it doesn't make much sense to me because from what you're seeing in the trailer, clearly where she's aiming, the bullet's going to go because it's in the center of her crosshair. I don't feel like that helps you much when you're in-game, but I guess in some way having a sniper when you're far enough away, maybe it makes a difference, but I mean, in the trailer, it just looks like it doesn't do anything because it's just right there. Also, not mentioned in the passive here, but when you're aiming at enemies, you can see the armor type of the whole team. It doesn't fully tell you what teammate has what armor, but my best guess here is the Loba in this clip has the purple armor. That's why it shows up first. But she has Seer's abilities in some way without having to do much. You just aim at them and it works, unlike Seer's Tactical where you have to actually hit them, so seems like a bit of a better Seer Tactical in a way. Next up we have Echo Relocation, which has so many different uses for it. In the trailer they only show you a defensive way to get about it, but it has offensive capabilities if you want to push a team with it. You can escape with it defensively, or a way I feel like it's going to get used is probably for like trick shots, where they're going to set up whatever his name's going to be, whatever the bat dude is, they're going to set him up in the air, they're going to fly up to him and do a 360 with their Kraber, but for the most part, this has defensive and offensive capabilities and style points if you're trying to get some style. And last but not least, we have her ultimate Sniper's Mark, and I don't have too much of an opinion on this. I don't fully understand it. I mean, the trailer shows us her shooting one person, and then we don't see much after that. We don't know the damage boost that it's going to be giving, so it could be a really big damage boost. It could be like double damage, which isn't bad, but I have a feeling they're going to do like 1.5 times extra damage. Nothing like too insane, but we'll have to wait till she drops to find out how much that damage boost is really going to be. We do get one extra piece of information, though, out of this trailer, which is that you can double bounce with Echo Relocation, because when she flies at him, as you can see, she goes up in the air like it's a jump pad. So there is more of movement to Echo Relocation than we know. So overall, she's looking like a pretty solid character that's going to have a pretty high skill ceiling just because you have to be able to snipe to be good with her. So overall, I think Vantage, just first impressions, is going to be like an A tier legend or like a high B tier legend. Kings Canyon is getting a complete rework. The map is going to be very different from what we have right now. In fact, it's going to be a completely different map when we get it. But we're going to be getting a brand new POI called Relic, and they took this spot right here on the map where there is nothing but falling to your death, and they've just completely worked it around, and now it's a place you can land and loot. And when the season starts, I'm sure if you land here, you will find hundreds of people every game just insta-dropping because they want to see what the new POI looks like. So if you're looking for a 20 bomb, this might just be the place to go to get about 30 kills off drop. But a brand new POI is not the only thing we're getting in this update for Kings Canyon. The entire map is being reworked. I mean, we have places like Cage, which went from closed off to wide open, just like how Containment is now the worst spot on the map in my opinion, because I mean, it's just death. I mean, look at this. What do you do if anyone shoots at you? And look at how many places you could get shot from. This whole place is a death trap, and I definitely have no plans of going here at all. Relay is a lot cooler looking now. I mean, we have, look at this whole area to go through, this extra side on the right that we didn't have previously. There's a bridge now to get across, 3 zip lines. I mean, look at old Relay. There is one sad building with 1 zip line and a pit to hell, but now it looks a lot nicer. And also, it's a lot more bright on Kings Canyon now. It's not nighttime, and I'm not scared. It's nice. It's bright. I'm feeling happy on Kings Canyon, which I never thought I'd say because I hate Kings Canyon so much. Along with POI changes, we're getting map-wide changes on Kings Canyon now. Even spots like here where you've got a right path and a left path you could take, completely zoned off on the right side now, so you have to go this one left side path, and that continues on to other spots on the map, like right here where these little 3 apex symbols are. You could either go this way or you could go straight ahead towards this rocky little overpass, But now in the new version, you just got this one side to go, right side completely gone again. So what I'm seeing is Kings Canyon wants to be less third-party heavy, which is great, because it is one of the worst third-party maps in the game, in my opinion. I mean, you can't go a fight on Kings Canyon without getting third-partied. I mean, seriously, it just never stops on this map. So I think with less paths that'll connect to each other, you'll find teams less because they have less ways to find you. So +1 for Apex, because they're making Kings Canyon seem like a fun map to play, and I never thought I'd say Kings Canyon seems like a fun map to play. The two biggest weapon changes, in my opinion, is the Wingman moving to a sniper ammo weapon and the Spitfire moving to a light ammo weapon. The sniper ammo on the Wingman makes sense to me. They're trying to limit how much ammo you can carry with the Wingman at one time, since it is a devastating weapon. But they've also brought the Skull Piercer back to the Wingman, so it's going to hit incredibly hard. And it already hits really hard, so that is a really, really scary thing to imagine. But let's just pray to God that this thing does not destroy lobbies like it already does. And the Spitfire moving to light ammo doesn't really make sense to me. Like, I don't know why they're doing that. Is it because they're trying to remove the heavy ammo meta? It's the only reason I could imagine they've done that, is to change 2 heavy weapons to a different ammo type, since all last split people were just carrying double heavy ammo, and maybe they're trying to remove that meta. But now all you've done is create a light ammo meta. I just imagine that's what's going to happen. People are going to carry a Spitfire with them, and then either a 301 or a car. They're just going to run light ammo weapons, and that's all I imagine is going to happen. And then along with that, the EVA 8 has been completely changed. And by completely changed, I mean they brought it back to what it used to be. Back in, I believe, Season 10, maybe even Season 11, they nerfed the EVA 8 into the ground. And for seasons upon seasons, it laid dormant, and no one was using it. For whatever reason at the ALGS this year, people were using it all over the place. And it looks pretty strong. And then they buffed it now to have an increased fire rate, and they're bringing back the double tap hop-up. So now, the EVA 8 is practically doing what it did before it got nerfed, because with a double tap and a fire rate increase, it's going to do more DPS, so it's going to be hitting as hard as it used to. Along with that, the G7's coming out of the care package, which will also have double tap on it. So we have 2 double tap weapons coming back, and Skull Piercers coming back. 2 hop-ups that went away for a reason, and they're now coming back, so I'm mildly terrified. The Bocek and Rampage are going into the care package, which makes sense. Bocek's one of the best weapons in the game anyway, and the Rampage is just annoying, so keep it in the care package so I see it as little as possible. The Volt is coming back to the ground loot though. Praise the gods, because the Volt is my favorite weapon in the game, so for it to be back on the ground means your boy can go back to slaying with a Volt, and I just could not been happier. Alright, the final 3 things to go over. Level cap increase from 500 to 2,000, which now means you can get a guaranteed heirloom if you get to level 2,000. Also, gold bag and gold knockdown are being changed. Gold knockdown shield, self-revive, cut it out the game. Gone forever, won't miss you, goodbye. Instead, the gold knockdown shield's going to have Guardian Angel on it, and the gold bag, instead of having Guardian Angel, will now have something called Deep Pockets, which basically means you can carry 3 medkits and 3 shield batteries instead of 2 medkits and 2 shield batteries. Be sure to let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about the changes coming to Apex. I personally am very excited for the upcoming changes in Season 14, but with all that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.